All right. Good night. Good night. Good evening, everyone. So I'm not even doing the show music or nothing. We're just talking. We got Cole here tonight
Hey,
for the pre-show, and tonight's gonna be, I guess, intense for lack of a better term. Izzy was talking to me last night that I need a break. I need a break from studies. 4 years of straight terrorism and extremist studies for a bachelor's degree is taking its toll. I'll be quite frank with you. I won't say to the point of a breakdown, but the anger and rage I feel towards, the state of this country. And I don't know. What do you think, Cole? I mean, this country's there's so much hate and division and crap. You see it in the mass shootings you see on the news every freaking day,
absolutely.
and it
It's
pisses me off.
it's getting to the point where you're wondering at what point is it safe to go even do mundane things.
No, and that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. And I've got to say, what also pissed me off was the fact that you know I'm on thesis month. I've got to do my capstone, and it's got to be 15 to 20 pages. It's got to include a PowerPoint presentation. Um, on a topic of my choice involving Homeland Security. So, my area of interest has always been studying extremism and terrorism from both a psychiatric point of view to how do you mitigate the risks of first responders going to these calls. But my original intent with this thesis was to focus on right-wing extremism, to focus on domestic terrorists that are here on our soil that are non-Islamic. Because there's more of a threat and a danger to American citizens from non-Islamics on our soil than there are from Islamic. That's just a fact. Sure, we've got ISIS, we've got Hezbollah, we've got Daesh, which is the same as ISIS. But I mean, you've got a plethora of Islamic terror groups out there, but they're not here. You have a lone wolf attack here on occasion from a sympathizer because of recruiting methods. You've got some very deep-seated Islamic extremists that they're more focused on going to Syria and waging war against other Muslims that don't hold their thoughts than they are waging an attack here. Now ISIS has come out and said they're going to attack here again, but we have enough security here that I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. But you see, these mass shootings come from right-wing terrorism. It comes from neo-Nazis. It comes from hatred that's fueled and stirred by, to be blunt, our own administration. And that's, they've always been around. They came out a lot during Obama because, well, he was the first black president. And that's just not acceptable, of course. But then you have Trump that comes in and basically his lack of, I'm trying to think of the words, but his lack of putting them down or, saying, I don't condone this kind of behavior, gave them the green light to go ahead and, oh my God, boy, he's got our back. And that's what happened. So tonight, we are going to be going into situational awareness is something that everyone needs to be familiar with. And just going to Walmart to do your grocery shopping, do you find yourself looking at the people around you? Cole?
Wow. Okay. I have been in active shooter situations. I have. Yes, you gave a very bad example, honestly, because I do look at the people around me in Walmart, but not for that reason.
Okay.
So, no, Walmart, not so much. Honestly, my problem with that is I have 4 kids. When I walk into a Walmart, it's already hell. I don't know how else to describe it other than, it's a mad rush. So, with that, I don't end up looking at anyone else around me for that one. But my worry, my biggest worry still is schools.
So, the thing is, you're going to have more kids doing these shootings at schools than you will. The kids ain't going to go to Walmart and shoot it up. It's going to be grown-ups. And you need to know what to look for. Because where have the latest shootings been? They haven't been in the schools. Schools are just now getting back into session. So naturally, you haven't seen an active shooter situation in schools yet. Keyword being yet. But...
And that's not completely true. I believe in the middle of July, there was one at a university.
Okay.
During a summer session.
And that's strange. But, look at El Paso. Look at Odessa. Look at Alabama. Look at, these are all... So, El Paso was, about a month ago now? But Odessa was last weekend. Alabama was last weekend. And, I haven't even watched the news for the last 2 days. So I don't know, have there been any mass shootings in the last 2 days? There's a ton of shootings that don't even hit the press. I can guarantee there's shootings daily. Not all of them make the news, though.
Yeah. That's true.
So, and that's what my thesis is actually going to be on, is situational awareness for first responders when it comes to scene size up. And the first one that's really important in that is the 911 call center. They're the first ones taking the call. How much information are they gathering and feeding to the fire department, feeding to EMS, feeding to law enforcement? Is there a shooting threat? Is there a violence threat? And we're going to, tonight, those are the things we're looking at for the purpose of the thesis. I'm going into natural disasters and scene management overall. But it is going to be a little intense because religion does play a big part in this. And, you've got, and they're proud of this fact, but you've got hate preachers. They are Christian fundamentalists, and they are proud to be called hate preachers. Because they're not preaching hate in their little minds. They're preaching the Word of God. Really?
Well, and what
happened to the peace-loving God?
It's not only going to be an intense show because of that, but also because with the amount of shootings that have happened in this country and many others, part of this is going to, in a way, affect everyone we know.
Yeah.
Everyone who listens has some experience that they went through, whether it be sitting down for in class for a lockdown,
Yeah.
or actually being involved in a robbery. Every time that you talk about this, it does get intense.
Mm-hmm.
So for our listeners, just watch yourselves, be careful, and if you can't handle it, maybe talk to someone.
Yeah,
after listening to the show.
If you've actually been through an issue, been through an incident, chances are you've got PTSD from being in that issue. So those are also areas you need to look at. But anyway, so our test on our system here is done. Last week was a complete disaster, which is why we're doing this show again on the same topic tonight. Because, frankly, it's a topic that doesn't get discussed enough. It's a topic that needs to be discussed to keep the public safe. You know, cops, when they're off duty, are always looking at people. They're trained that way. They're looking for a bulge in the back of the pants. They're looking for a bulge in the front of the pants. They're looking for a bulge. Hey, Craig. Yeah, it's only a pre-show test, but glad you're here.
Craig, how do we sound to you?
Huh?
Craig, how do we sound to you? Are we coming through all right? Answer the question, Craig. Maybe we're not coming through and you can't answer the question.
Nah, it's leg time.
Reverbish. Okay.
And that would be your gain, maybe. Or let me try something on my end.
Oh, wrong one. Try that. Oh no, that was the wrong way, I think. Yeah, there we go. Try that. How's that? Hopefully that's a lot better.
Oh, I hate technology. It's a fast reverb. Reverb. There you go. Okay.
There we go, yeah. Thank you, Craig.
Oh, so, you know, and you're absolutely right, Craig. There would be, you know, anyone that's been through an active shooter situation is definitely going to have either. Oh, I'm trying to use some things here. Either some form of temporary PTSD in some cases. And it's just post-traumatic stress. The disorder part comes from if it's lasting past, I believe it's 6 months. Anyone in a traumatic incident will have a high stress level for the first 6 months. Generally, it goes away. But oftentimes, too, it sticks around. And that's where it switches over to PTSD instead of just PTS. Let's see. So tonight we're not just doing active shooter. We're doing bomb reporting, IED reporting. Fortunately, our country has not encountered IEDs yet. Hopefully, we never will. An IED is an improvised explosive device. In Iraq, they were placing them in dead animals, sometimes living animals. They were placing them in garbage bags. They were placing them in pop cans. You know, and they were leaving them alongside the road. So, yeah. We haven't
Yeah,
had
Craig
any-
says yet.
Yeah. Well, and, hopefully we won't ever encounter IEDs here.
Well, we might have, just the people that were playing with them pointed them the wrong way.
Possible. I hope not.
Like, how the old claymores used to say, this end faces the enemy? Maybe they couldn't read.
Well, we're actually going to, so the notes I've got, we're actually going to go over the parts of a bomb. Things of that nature. And I can't tell you, really, the distance you need to be, because every one of them is different. Every scenario is different. But you need to know what to look for with mail, for example. And, yeah, Craig saying with the increasing divide and extension, you're on the way. And, yeah, and, I was reading reports from Germany. Germany's having one hell of a time with right-wing extremism with the neo-Nazis. They actually assassinated a German politician here recently. So we're not the only country dealing with right-wing. And they got, I think it's the Antifa's left wing, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, God, I'm trying to remember what Antifa even stands for. Anti something. But anyway, yeah, the Antifa is the left wing side. So I don't want to shut this thing down because, it might not fire back up properly.
Oh, we got to have faith.
Right? So anyway, Craig, we will be back at 11 o'clock. We just had to do some test runs here, running live and running with the microphones and whatnot. Make sure everything's going to run properly tonight. So hope to see you back at 11. And I got to go over notes. So, Cole, I'll talk to you at 10:30.
Yep.
And I will go ahead and play our closing music. We'll see you at 11.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on S4, the official voice of Forest Moon Paranormal. You can contact S4 through our website at www.s-4radio.com or on Facebook. Make sure you give us a like on our page and join the Forest Moon Paranormal group. If you are interested in advertising, take a look at our packages and contact Cole or Eric at 1-360-999-2830. Again, thank you. And remember, keep your eyes to the sky.